we know that radioactive radiations are of three types. That is alpha radiation, beta radiation and gamma radiation. Now all the three radiations have their own properties. But why do we need to study them in so much detail? What is the requirement? The reason is that radioactive radiation is used in many different fields by human beings. So let's understand what are the different applications of radioactive radiation. Now, do you know how cancer is treated? It is treated with the help of radioactive radiation. So how does it work? Now we know that alpha, beta and gamma radiations have their own penetration powers. For example, alpha particle will easily be stopped by our skin, but beta can easily penetrate to the level of our tissues. And if we talk about gamma radiation, it can actually penetrate our bone and even our organs. And this penetration property is used in treating cancer. So how does it work? Well, radioactive radiation is allowed to penetrate inside our body, but it is done in a controlled environment. So only the affected cells are allowed to be exposed to the radioactive radiation. So only the cancer causing cells are killed by the radiation, while the healthy cells remain as they are because they are not exposed to the radiation. And this entire process is done through specialized machines. So we actually kill cancer cells using radioactivity, or radioactivity helps us cure cancer. So it's a very important application of radioactivity. So radioactive radiations are used to cure cancer, and cobalt-60 is one of the radioactive elements that is used to treat cancer. So radiations from cobalt-60 are used to treat cancer. So can you answer this question? Radiations from cobalt-60 are used to treat A, flu, B, AIDS and C, cancer. What do you think is the right answer? Well, the right answer is cancer. So radiations from cobalt-60 are used to treat cancer. Now, treatment of cancer is not the only application of radioactivity. There are many other applications. For example, weak radioactive isotopes are used as tracers. Now, what do we mean by tracers? Let's understand. Radioactive element is injected into the body. It helps in tracking the status of different body parts it passes through by tracking the movement of the radiation emitted by the radioactive element. So what exactly is happening? Well, when we allow the radioactive element to go inside the body, that is, when we inject a radioactive element in the body, then this radioactive element travels throughout the body. Now, how do we understand where exactly it is traveling? Well, this radioactive element is emitting radioactive radiation, isn't it? In the form of either alpha, beta or gamma radiation. Now, this radiation can easily be tracked because it can easily penetrate our skin, particularly beta and gamma radiation. So when these penetrate our skin and come out, then we can know the position of the radioactive element inside our body. And also, according to the amount of radiation which we get, we can actually know the status of the particular organ where the radioactive element is currently positioned. And that is how we actually use radioactive elements as tracers, so that we can know the status of different organs inside our body. So let's understand how it works using this animation. So there is a radioactive tracer which is delivered to the technician, and the technician injects this particular radioactive tracer in the body of the patient. Now, once this radioactive tracer goes inside the body, then let's see how it reacts. So inside the body, this particular radioactive element emits a gamma ray. Now this gamma ray travels out of the body because it has good penetration power, so it can easily penetrate our skin. Now this traveling gamma ray is detected by a detector, and there are so many gamma rays emitted by the same element. Now because of all these rays, we can actually get the entire map of this particular organ, and once we get the map of this particular organ, we can know the health status of that particular organ, and then accordingly treatment can be done. So how did this work? Because we had radioactive element which could actually penetrate our skin and come out. So without actually operating the organ, we were able to know the problem with the organ, and accordingly treatment can be done. Now we know that gamma rays have good penetration power and they can actually kill living cells. That's how we cure cancer. Now the same property is also used to sterilize bandages, dressings, syringes and other medical equipment. What do we understand by sterilization? Well, we basically want to make these equipments free of any microorganisms, and when microorganisms are exposed to gamma radiation, then they are killed just like our cancer cells, because germs or microorganisms are also made up of living cells. So if it can kill those cells, it can definitely kill cells inside the microorganisms. So bandages, dressings, syringes and other medical equipment are sterilized by exposing them to gamma radiation. Now the same radioactive elements are also used as radioactive tracers in plants. So if we want to understand in detail which nutrient goes to which particular part of the plant, how do we know that? For that, what we do is we inject radioactive tracers mixed with essential nutrients of the plants. So once they are injected, the nutrients will go to the desired place in the plant, and because of the radioactive tracer mixed with it, we can actually track its movement and know that which nutrient goes to which particular part. So research on plants becomes much easier with the help of radioactive tracers. So it helps us to understand the flow of nutrients to different parts of the plant. Now another important application of radioactivity is that age of rocks and fossils can be estimated using radioactivity by a process called carbon dating. So by this process of carbon dating, we can actually know the age of rocks and fossils. So how is it done? Well, the process is very simple. Now every living organism in its lifetime absorbs carbon-14, which is a radioactive isotope of carbon inside its body. Now amount of carbon-14 which is supposed to be inside a living organism is approximately fixed. So we know that at the time of death, a particular amount of carbon-14 was inside that organism's body. Now when we find fossil of an organism, then what do? We calculate the amount of carbon-14 which is there in the fossil right now. And we already know the amount of carbon-14 which was supposed to be there inside the organism when it died. So what do? We calculate, because the final amount will always be less than the original amount. Now we know that radioactive elements decay, so definitely the amount of carbon-14 will keep on decreasing over the years. So initially it was 100%. Now this carbon-14 will take approximately 5,730 years to become half of what the original quantity was. Similarly, it will take 11,460 years for the carbon to become 1/4 of what it was originally. So from this calculation, we can know how old a fossil is. Similarly, even in rocks, we find radioactive material. So the amount of decay that occurred will help us know how much decay has occurred, and from that calculation we can actually know that how many years have passed by since this rock was formed. So this is how we find age of rocks and fossils using carbon dating, because we know that radioactive elements decay and their speed of decay is known. So we can clearly understand that how many years it took for the radioactive element to decay to this particular level, and that is how we calculate age of many historical things including rocks and fossils. Now another very important application of radioactivity is that radioactive elements are used to produce electricity, and it is a very important application of radioactivity. Now what is the source of this particular electricity? Well, radioisotopes such as uranium-235 are used as fuel for nuclear reactors. So again, radioactive elements also help us produce electricity. Now another important application is that beta particles are used to control thickness of paper, metal sheets and plastic during manufacture. So we know that beta particles have penetration power, so they can easily penetrate thin sheets of paper or aluminum, and this property is used to calibrate rollers so that we can have sheets of desired thickness. So this is one of the most important application of radioactive elements in the industry. So radioactivity is used in medical, scientific and industrial fields. Penetration and ionization properties of radioactive materials are primarily utilized in various applications. So primarily, penetration and ionization properties of radioactive elements are used in various applications of radioactive elements. So you see, that is why we study radioactive elements in detail, because there are lots of applications where radioactive elements are used in medical, scientific as well as industrial fields.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You can also register for free at deltastep.com to get all learning resources as per ICSE, CBSE, IB, Cambridge or any other curriculum. Over 5,000 amazing lectures across maths, science, English and social science. Our unique interactive video technology keeps you engaged, and our iDictionary feature allows you to quickly revise any concept. Master each topic at your own pace with our adaptive practice technology and 1 million plus questions. Get instant answers and detailed solutions. Be exam ready by taking unlimited mock tests, performance analysis along with actionable feedback, personal tutors to resolve your slightest of doubts. That's not all. You also get amazing prizes like PlayStations, iPads, watches and many more, along with certificates through our Earn As You Learn program. So at deltastep.com, learning is not just fun and easy, it's rewarding too. So register for free now.